Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm flying Lufthansa in their Allegris Business class cabin on their A350. Without any delay and lounge review due to short connection, let's get on board. Welcome to my seat 7 Alpha. Oh wait, where's my original voice? Guess who forgot to turn on the mic? Never mind, stick with me as I will guide you through Lufthansa's weird strategy of their premium cabin, how difficult was it actually to get this seat, and why I avoid flying Lufthansa.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you very much.
I hope, did you get an upgrade or?
I used my vouchers from the Senate room. Yeah.
This is good, so I hope you enjoyed this.
When I took my seat, cabin crew approached me and offered a welcome drink. I have decided to go with a glass of champagne. Looks like my seat was missing the infamous Lufthansa welcome snack. Without any delay, we pushed back, safety video was played and menus were offered to business class passengers. With a pretty short taxi to the runway, we were ready to depart. Enjoy that A350 engine sound with an amazing outside camera. After that, we will get straight into business. So guys, welcome on board Lufthansa Airbus 350-900 on the flight to Chicago here in Allegris business class cabin. Quite exciting to be able finally to test this product. I've been invited a couple of times before to test their Allegris, but on the ground. So they had like an exposition of showcasing this brand new cabin, but it's finally the time to test it out in the on the flight. Yeah, so quite a nice experience so far. We just took off and the remaining flight time is around 8.5 hours. The interesting fact about Allegris business class cabin that it has 5 different types of seats, which is insane. And the saddest part is that you have to pay for any seat selection except if you take an aisle seat, which is less private and it has no windows. Those seats are basically free of charge. The rest of the seats, like extra long bed or a privacy seat next to the window or the suites, you have to pay extra, and for some of the seats you have to pay an insane amount of money, which is just ridiculous. But I managed to get this privacy seat next to the window, which is much wider and it has more storage space. So just to give you a bit of a behind the story, I managed to get this upgrade to business from economy with 2 of my vouchers, which I get as part of my benefit of being Lufthansa Senator, which is basically Starline's Gold member. And to get this upgrade it was quite a challenge. First of all, because they don't tell you how many seats they have for the upgrades, so basically you just have to book a ticket in like economy or premium economy, and then depending on your travel class, you'll see how many vouchers you need for the upgrade. So I just decided, okay, let's try it. This flight cost me almost 2 times more compared to the other airlines just to get the right booking class, and it was quite a challenge to get the upgrade because I called them, I said I want to upgrade. They said, okay, we waitlist you because yeah, they don't tell the reason why, but apparently maybe there were no seats available or they still don't know how many people will try to get this upgrade and so on. So I was waitlisted. I was calling Lufthansa maybe a week before the flight, asking like if there are any seats available and so on. And they said, yeah, you have to call Miles and More, where I basically made the upgrade. And they said, honestly to me, like, yeah, like we cannot say if you're gonna get upgrade or not. You are waitlisted. We cannot tell you how many seats we have and which position you have on the waitlist. But 2 days before departure, I got an email saying that yes, your flight has been upgraded successfully. So here I am. As you know, I'm not a big fan of Lufthansa, and it's my first time flying Lufthansa on a long haul in business class. But I just try to avoid them flying long haul just because I feel like the soft product is pretty poor, to be exact, and the crew is not really professional and they really not customer oriented, and yeah, I mean, let's see how does it look like today. So after my long explanation about how I managed to get this seat, it was finally time to settle in and enjoy the onboard dining experience. The crew came over and started the service with a hot towel, a small but always appreciated gesture. Shortly after, they offered me a glass of champagne, which came with a side of green olives, a classy touch. Now, take a look at this tray table. It's massive, honestly one of the largest I've seen in business class. Even with the full tray extended, I would easily leave my seat without feeling restricted. That's a big win when it comes to comfort and mobility during the meal service. About 10 minutes later, the starter was served. I opted for burrata with a side salad and some warm bread. And you know what? The presentation genuinely surprised me. It looked fresh, well arranged and premium. Funny side note, I had this exact same dish, burrata with salad, as a main course on my previous Lufthansa European business class flight to Munich. So it was a bit odd to see it offered again here as a starter on a long-haul flight, but to be fair, the taste was still on spot. After finishing my starter, my main course arrived. I chose the white German asparagus with veal, a seasonal favorite in Germany and something I was generally curious to try at 35,000 feet. And well, here's the truth. It was the worst food presentation I've ever seen on a long-haul business class flight. It looked more like a tray you get at the school cafeteria rather than in premium cabin. I really don't like to be negative, but this was just disappointing. Let's try the veal, the German white asparagus with veal, and let's see how does it taste like, because the presentation is not the greatest. The flavors also below the average. The veal was dry and asparagus lacked seasoning. If I had to rate it, I'd give it 5 out of 10, and even that feels generous. With the main meal finished, I decided to have a quick look around the seat features before dessert and resting. As I mentioned earlier, I was seated in 7 Alpha, which is the last row of the first business class cabin on this Lufthansa A350 equipped with the brand new Allegris configuration. For those curious about the layout, 4 first-class suites up front, 38 business class seats split between 2 cabins, 24 premium economy and 201 economy class seats. Now, the big issue I immediately noticed, the toilet situation. With 38 business class seats, there are only 2 lavatories dedicated to business class passengers. That's a ratio of 1 toilet for every 19 passengers. On a 9-hour transatlantic flight, that's just not acceptable for a premium cabin. But let's move to the privacy seat features, because there's quite a bit to like here. To my right, there is a small storage compartment where is noise-cancelling headphones where they're already connected and waiting. Below that, you'll find a universal power outlet, a USB-A port, and even a USB-C port. In the far right corner, there's another small storage space with a built-in glass hook, a thorough touch that not many airlines include. Then there's a personal reading light and thankfully an individual air vent, something I genuinely value on the long flights, especially when the cabin gets a bit warm. You also have a sensor-based ambient light with dimmer. It increases a cozy mood, especially during the night portion of the flight. One of the best seat features in my opinion, seat heating and cooling. That's right, you can heat or cool your seat to your liking, which is honestly next level and puts Lufthansa ahead. Next to my seat there is yet another storage area, which turned out to be surprisingly spacious. I managed to fit in my jacket in there easily. Moving on to the entertainment system. The screen was responsive with no noticeable lag, and the movie selection was solid. And of course, one of my favorite A350 features, external cameras. As we were flying somewhere above Greenland, I decided to get some rest. The seat transforms into a fully flat bed at the push of a few buttons located on the left armrest. The lie flat mode was pretty comfortable. In this privacy configuration, I had enough legroom and shoulder space. I was able to get a solid 1.5 hours of sleep. But here's the catch. No mattress pad was provided. On a 9+ hour flight in business class, that makes the product feel cheap. The comfort difference a simple mattress pad makes is huge, and the absence of one really lowers the premium feel of the experience. After my short nap, I was woken up for a second meal service. I went for a Thai chicken curry with rice. Again, not the best presentation, looked more like a microwave meal that's a premium cabin dish, but the taste was surprisingly good. Definitely better than asparagus and veal dish from earlier. I think it's the time for my final thoughts and to summarize the experience. If I had to describe this flight in one word, inconsistent. Lufthansa is clearly moving in the right direction by finally introducing the new Allegris seat, which is a huge step from their outdated business class, but at the same time, it feels like they are a few steps behind compared to the other top carriers. Yes, the new seat design is great, and yes, more aircraft will get this upgrade soon, but while Lufthansa is just rolling out this product now, competitor like Qatar Airways and ANA already been offering enclosed suites with doors in business class for years. And let's be honest, charging more than 500 euros just to reserve so-called suite seat on top of your business fare, it feels more like a cash grab than luxury offering. It's hard to take a brand seriously when the focus seems to be monetization rather than customer satisfaction. There's no clear customer first strategy here. From the excellent starter to the disappointment main course and the lack of amenities like mattress, Lufthansa delivers a business seat with economy service. As for the crew, Lufthansa is known to be a bit of a gamble. Sometimes you get fantastic teams, sometimes not. On this flight I was lucky, they were professional, friendly and attentive. But one thing I would recommend to Lufthansa as a whole, pay attention to language preference. It's something I've seen repeatedly in Lufthansa reviews and it does come across as tone deaf. So would I fly Lufthansa business class again? Not unless I found a really good deal. The cash price for this exact flight was 7,396 euros, and if I had paid that full fare, I would have been extremely disappointed. Thankfully, I used different method to book it, otherwise I'd be calling this a complete waste of money. Thanks so much for watching this extended review, I hope you enjoyed. Get to click like, subscribe and drop a comment. It helps a lot as I work towards my next goal of 1000 subscribers.